afternoon, guys, and happy Saturday to all of your sunshiny faces. I'm gonna make today's vlog a little bit short just because I don't want to edit today because we just got back from the Blackhawks game, and I have a grocery haul to share with you guys tomorrow. So and because we just went to the Blackhawks game, I don't have that much to share with you guys either, but we did end up going. We like just went there, we like even got food there, but we were actually able to walk around the first time that we went to the game, which was like, I don't know, maybe 5 years ago. Well, it was like when Kane and Taves were still on the team, and I think Panarin was on the team at that point too, because my dad actually had a Panarin jersey that he wore to the game, but he actually has a Bedard jersey now because he like Panarin hasn't been on the team. He was only on the team for a few years. Like, I wore my Taves jersey, my mom wore her Kane jersey, and Jack wore his Marian Hossa jersey. He got that one for Christmas, and Matthew wore his, or no, did Matthew wear his Hossa jersey? Jack had Hossa. I don't remember who Matthew had. Duncan Keith, I think, maybe, possibly. We all had sweaters from the last time that we went. So my dad, though, like I said, the guy that he had on the team wasn't on the team like for very long anyway. So he ended up getting a new like sweater for Christmas. So we ended up again going to that today. Unfortunately, they ended up losing, but it was a really close game actually. We actually had the lead at the beginning, and then they ended up losing by the end of the game, but they did score 3 goals. So it was fun to get to like listen to Chelsea Dagger and, you know, all that kind of stuff, and just the atmosphere of getting to go was really fun. I was all dressed up. I had my hat on, I had my sweater on, I had my socks on, I even had my scarf on. I was all decked out for the Blackhawks. I think this might be all the Blackhawks stuff that I own. I also have 2 sweatshirts also, and I think I might have another hat possibly, but this was the one that I got for Christmas, so I ended up wearing that. But like I said, it was fun that we got to go and see it. We sat above the on our bench side up in like the corner, so we were technically, the last time we went, we were actually facing like the opposite side, so we were behind the benches, like in that side, but this time we were like facing the benches, but more in the corner of like, but like angled towards the benches, so we're more on like the front sort of side of it, if that makes sense. But we did get to see 2 of the goals were scored on the opposite side goal, and then 1 was scored on our side goal, so we got to see that, and it was like really easy, just like, especially the one that was on our side. The other 2 that were further away, it was kind of hard to tell until like they signaled, like, you know, the horn goes off and like everybody starts raising their sticks up in the air. But like I said, it was a really good time to get to go and see that and kind of experience that and everything. And when we went before, we actually got to see, they actually went to a shootout. So we got like an extra period of hockey plus the shootout. So this game though, it ended in regulation. But the one thing that was different that we didn't really get to experience, because I was like thinking back, I was like, well, was there any penalties in that game? You know, like all those little things that are just like a little bit different. I've never seen like a fight, like a full on like gloves dropped kind of like fight. But we did, they ended up playing the Edmonton Oilers, so they actually sang the Canadian national anthem. They sang the Canadian national anthem before they sung the American national anthem. So it was, you know, it was a little bit different to get to experience that. But other than that, like I said, we got to experience so far in both the games that I've been to a win and a loss, and also overtime and a shootout in the first game, and then again to today, where we actually we were up though at the beginning of the game, whereas in the other game they actually came back to tie it up, and then they ended up, I think if I remember correctly, and then they ended up taking it to overtime, and then they won it in the shootout. So this game though, that like I said we went to today, they had the lead and then they ended up losing the lead. So unfortunately that was, you know, the outcome of the game, but it was a really fun game to get to go and see, and hopefully we can make it like a yearly-ish tradition. Would be really nice. I'd love to go to a Bulls game as well. I've never been to a Bulls game. Actually, I've never been to any other games other than 2 hockey games. This is the second hockey game I've been to. I've never been to any other like professional sport games. I've been to 2 college football games. Like I went to go see NIU play twice. Other than that, that's the extent of like the, you know, like big, you know, sporting events that I've ever seen. I've never been to a Bears game or Cubs game either. So I'd like to, I asked too, I was like, can we go and see a Cubs game over the summer? Like I really want to go and see that. But you know, also getting to see like the Bears game would be nice. And again, even a Bulls game, because you know, their season's actually going on still right now. But anyways, I am going to actually eat, because I did eat a little bit at the game, but then I didn't finish, and like I'm still hungry, so I'm going to eat some and then probably take a shower and get to bed. So I will see you guys in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye guys.